do you do with your hands when you just start speaking for the first time? Have you ever been mid-sentence and then suddenly thinking, oh, where should my hands be? Then here's the thing, your hands aren't the problem. It's you thinking about your hands that are the problem. If it's your first time here, hi, I'm Jamie. I'm on a journey to be a public speaker. So from an overthinker to a public speaker, and I'm sharing all my tips, highlights, and all the lessons that I learned on this journey. So if that interests you, and you're in the same boat, then follow along, and love to share stuff with you. I know when I record my videos, and I record them in order to review them, which is a very important step, I always notice that my hands, just like now, are always in this area. So they don't move from here no matter what I say. And this part of the body, if you can see from about here to around here, it's called the power sphere. So every time we talk and we use our hands functionally in this area, it influences the audience to what we're saying. We feel like we're confident in what we say, and that's being conveyed to our audience. So when we do speak, we don't want it to be out here. I can't get it on film. We want it to be in this area, backing up, reinforcing what we're saying, so we look more credible, and what we want to say is remembered. And it's okay, it's not the worst thing in the world. They're not held down by my side completely. I'm not robotic, but what this isn't doing is influencing anybody. What I've learned is we should be using our hands in this instance as functional gestures to help influence and back what we're saying. And this is something that I learned that's called cognitive dissonance. So this is when I say something to you, but my hands and my body language is telling a different picture. For example, if I was to say to you, I've learned 4 important things, it's a bit confusing. For a start, I'm really struggling to do something that's not matching what I say. But if I say 4, already your brain is thinking which one's correct, and automatically how I've found it is that we'll follow what the hand gestures say. So by having this dissonance, by having this lack of understanding between what we say and our body language, our hand gestures in this instance, then we are confusing our audience, we're confusing the person we're speaking to, and it's making us less credible. And so I've been trying to work on ensuring that my body language is reinforcing what I'm saying. And so I started looking, how do we ensure that this doesn't happen? And it's by making these functional, when only using them in the important words. Back when I was an English pronunciation teacher, this would be the content words. So the most important words of the sentence, we'd like to back up with body language. And when we do this, it reinforces what we say. For example, if I was to say, at the height of my career, or if I was to say, the stats show that it's all down here from now. The stats show that it's all down here from now has a much bigger feeling than me just saying the stats show it's going downhill. Hopefully you can see how that changes. So if we use our hands in combination with our mouth when we talk, we reduce cognitive dissonance, and it helps the people we're speaking to understand more what we're saying. And going back to the first point, where my hands are always by my side, which kind of makes me look like a creepy dinosaur if they're constantly here, and I saw that in the videos. But if we can, for certain parts of our speech, and I found that actually if we have these next to our bodies and only bring them up when we want to use them as functional gestures, it actually backs our message up even more, and it makes us look more professional. I think in general, when you start out on public speaking, we try to keep our arms sort of around in this area because we feel we should be doing it. But it's okay to have them down and only use them when absolutely necessary. It can help send a stronger message to the audience that we know what we're talking about.